Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to easily complete the Dragon Ball Sparring Practice Challenges. Now, these are the second set of challenges that are in a very long line of other things that we're going to need to do for this event. So if you want to know how to do the warm-up challenges, then you can go watch my guide on how to complete those. But for now, we're going to be doing the Sparring Practice Challenges, and I'll be showing you guys how to easily complete all of these. Now, to start it off, we're going to need to join a versus battle in different matches. Now, for those who do not know, versus battles are a new thing that have been added in with the release of the Dragon Ball crossover in today's update, and basically every single one of the bounty boards has now been replaced by a versus board. So there's a map up on screen right now of all the places that you can actually go to find one of these, but personally I'm just dropping on down over to the sanctuary to actually go ahead and find one. So I've already done this in one prior match, but as you guys can see right here, this will be the second match that I'm going to do it. So all you need to do to join a versus battle is go ahead and go to the board, then just hit the thumbs up bar and you will join the versus bar. Once you do that in two separate matches, you'll complete that stage of the quest. Now, the next stage of this quest is to join even more versus battles in different matches. So you're going to have to do this just 5 more times. It can get really, really annoying. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. So now that we're back in game, we're going to go ahead and drop on down 5 more times. That's how boring this challenge really gets. You're just going to need to load out of a game, then load back into a game and join another versus battle 5 more times. So, you know, it gets a little bit annoying, but we're just going to keep on doing this. Now, for our final stage of joining a versus battle in different matches, we're just going to go ahead and interact with the board one final time. And as you guys can see there, we finally gotten this challenge completed. Oh, but no, you did not. Future Gummy coming in here to give you a quick reminder that it turns out it does not end there. And you need to do yet another 10 matches of getting these stupid versus boards and getting a match out of them. It's so annoying. So for another 10 matches, after you complete those 5, you also need to go to these versus battle boards and also claim a versus battle in 10 separate other games. So it's not that difficult. It's just incredibly tedious to do. You have to go in and then back out and then in and then back out. And I think you guys get the general idea. But overall, that's how to complete the versus battles. I sat there for like an hour doing the last 10, so I'm not going to make you guys sit through that. I'm just going to tell you that that's how you do it. Let's move on to our next challenge, which is a lot more fun than this one. So now the next segment of our challenges is no longer accepting the versus battles. Now we need to win the versus battles. So right here, what we're going to do for the first stage of the challenge is just win one of the versus battles. So you can do this while you're doing the accept versus battles. That's what I did personally. I just accepted one and then I went on to go and complete that versus battle. Now, you actually can do multiple of these every single game. Unlike the other quests where you need to do them in separate matches, for this one, you can just continually complete versus battles in a single game. Honestly, I'm not sure what's the most time efficient thing to do, but in this game, I just hunted down the guy that I needed to get killed for my versus battle, and I was actually able to take him out, getting the first part of that challenge done. Now, once you're able to kill one opponent, the challenge isn't done yet. They're not that nice to you, because now we need to win 3 more versus battles. So again, you can do these 3 other ones while you're accepting the versus battles for that other challenge, but it gets a little bit annoying, because then you can't just load in and go back out. Instead, now you actually have to complete the versus battle, and sometimes the people that you get for this quest can be like miles away. So it can be a little bit difficult actually doing these versus battles, but eventually you'll be able to track down the person and kill them. One tip that I do have is that even if you don't think you'll be able to kill somebody, just go ahead and accept a versus battle and try and run away from them. Because if they die while you have the versus battle thing on them, even if somebody else kills them, it still counts as you killing them. As you guys can see right here, even though I never killed this guy, I got the credit for doing the quest because somebody else did it for me. Just a nice little loophole in the challenge right there. But after you manage to complete 3 of those like I did, you will complete this stage of your challenge of winning 3 separate versus battles. Now, for the next challenge of damage enemy players with a Kamehameha, what you're going to want to do is get one of the capsules that drops from the sky. Now, there's two different ways you can do this. The first way is the cheese way, is just jumping out of the battle bus right as it starts and instantly deploying your glider, and make sure that you wait until one of the capsules drops, which is when the first zone forms. So you're going to have to wait for 1 minute in the sky, and then once they actually fall onto the map, you can glide directly down to them and guaranteed get one of these Kamehamehas. Or what you can do is you can play out a game, and then at some point you can just find one like I just did. Since they will continue to drop, it's not like they stop dropping at a certain point in the game. They'll keep on spawning. Now, once you actually get one of them, you're going to need to do 300 damage to enemy players, and unfortunately, you cannot cheese this by doing the damage to Darth Vader or to boars or to wolves, because it specifically says enemy players. So it does need to be players, not AI, which is a little bit annoying, but hopefully that won't be too bad for you guys, because honestly, this weapon is so overpowered that you can probably get enough damage on enemy players. I already have 263, and that was just from me doing my warm-up challenges, which again, I already made the guide for that. But what I'm going to try and do now is finish it off. Oh, and just to prove to you guys that it doesn't work on Darth Vader, he is literally right over here. So all we're going to do is go ahead and walk over to him, and then we can go ahead and charge up our Goku attack on Darth Vader. It sounds so funky, but as you guys can see right here, this obviously does not work on Darth Vader, but it does absolutely destroy him. Wow, that was a lot of damage. But as you guys can see right here, that does not count as damage to enemy players. We are going to need to do this damage to a real player. So as you guys can see right here, I do see a person over there. So a great combo I could recommend is using the Nimbus Cloud and then canceling it while you're in midair just by clicking again. Sorry for the stumble. And then we're just going to go ahead and hold it down. And as you guys can see right here, we just go ahead and blow up that mushroom, and we blow up that guy. And he had no idea what was coming because we were midair. So he literally couldn't even see us. And that was easily getting us our damage to 300. So that's how to pretty easily complete that challenge. Use the Nimbus Cloud combo with your main attack weapon of the Kamehameha or whatever it's called. I cannot pronounce it for the life of me. But this is basically the best way you're going to want to do it. So just hop on into a game, grab one of those pods, and then use the combo of this. And it is incredibly overpowered. Really, nobody can fight against it. I mean, watch this. Like, even if he tries to build, wow, that was actually a really good way to counter it if you just go ahead and launch yourself. But like I was saying, we got the 300 damage. Good luck out there, everyone, and I believe in all of you. Now, I'm not going to lie with you guys. For the final challenge, I accidentally completed it while playing a game that I wasn't recording in, so I don't have the footage of it. But basically, the challenge is incredibly simple. You just need to damage an enemy player before taking damage in different matches. Specifically, this needs to be done over the span of 3 matches. So what you're going to want to do, in my personal opinion, if you're just trying to get this thing done, is drop on down to a hot drop. I know that sounds really weird because there's going to be a ton of people there, but what I would do is land on the outskirts of that hot drop. So for me, personally, I would recommend Tilted Towers and try dropping over here at this hut, or maybe at these huts or at these huts, and then grab a weapon. Then, since there's so many people landing in the main section of Tilted Towers, you can just shoot at them and hopefully not get shot back at, because they won't know where you are, and therefore you'll be able to get the first damage on them before you actually take any damage, meaning that you'll be able to go into your next game, do it another time, and then in the third game, do it a third time, and easily complete this challenge incredibly quickly, finishing off your sparring practice challenges. So overall, these challenges, in my opinion, are incredibly annoying. I honestly don't like a lot of them, but overall, they're done now, and I'm happy that I got the guide out because I'm hoping that I can help a lot of you guys with these challenges, because they took me a very long time, and it's a lot of grinding. But thankfully, it's done now, and now I have 50 million power level, which is honestly pretty cool. We're getting closer to that 120 million, and we've only had it out for a day. Trust me, I'll have more guides coming out very, very soon on all of the new stuff when it gets released, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But for now, this has been my guide on the sparring practice quest line in the Dragon Ball crossover in Fortnite. If you guys did enjoy this video, then please consider leaving a like on it and subscribing to the channel, as that would help me out a ton. I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next one.